This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Tell everybody where you grew up.
Hi, I grew up in Inglewood, California. Right off Crenshaw, Manchester. I used to belong to the Inglewood family Gangster Blood at one time, living a destructive life. You know, I had a mother, a father, cousins and aunties and uncles. We all lived in the same apartment building. Everybody was filled with love, you know what I'm saying? But outside that household, and in street life, you know what I'm saying? All I seen was destruction. All I seen was pain. You know, but I didn't understand that at that time as a youth, 7, 8 years old. I didn't understand that. I was actually attracted to that. I didn't understand why I was attracted to that lifestyle. You know, when I could go inside the house and be loved by my grandmother, and be loved by my mother, my cousins, and my uncles, my aunties, and even my stepfather, who took on a responsibility that he didn't even have to take. But I was attracted to a certain lifestyle that actually winded me up in this situation right now that I'm in, serving 62 with life without the possibility of parole.
Now, coming from a good household, what made you choose the street life?
Man, that is a very, very good question. And it took me decades, literally decades, and even come into incarceration to understand the insight of why I chose to join the gang. Because many people have different reasons to join the gang. Yeah, some people that had a family. Everybody in their family was gangbangers. Then you have those that had nobody in their family that was in the gang life. What makes a person want to go into a life of destruction? I had to ask myself. And it took me the self-help program that I'm in now to find an insight to figure out why. And actually, I was looking for a father figure. Yes, I know I had a stepfather in my life who was actually a great man, but I was still looking for something else. He was out there working, so he couldn't give me the time that I needed to show me how to tie my tie or to talk to me for the advice that I needed to when I was having trouble at school or to guide me when I needed help because he was at work. And I'm not blaming him because, one, he took a responsibility that he didn't have to take. He loved me the best way he knew how to love me. And I feel like, especially us in the community that we living in today, we have to start learning how to have self-love. Because once we learn how to have self-love, then we have to learn how to love for other people. So to answer that, I was looking for a father figure, even though I had a father at home. So I looked to the streets.
Tell us about what was going on in your life just around the time you decided to make that jump. You know, I'm a join Inglewood family. It's official now. What was going on in your personal life and how did you make that jump?
Well, you know, I grew up in Inglewood all my life. I went to Warren Lane Elementary. So either my friends, they had cousins or brothers who were involved in the gangs. And after school, we ditching or we going to my friend's house to, you know, to actually look at what I used to call the big homies that was on the block. So that fascinated me. So when they'd give me $1 or they'd give me some words of encouragement or they'd even acknowledge me, you know, because I was looking for that acknowledgement that I didn't have at that time from a male figure that I needed so much to be from. And I'm not blaming him. It's just that he didn't understand how to be that person in my life because of the conditions that we face in our reality around us in our communities. Before I came out the porch, it happened in stages. And it was a number of things that was transpiring in my life. Because I think I'm growing up as a young adolescent. My brain's not fully developed. I'm learning different things that I think that I want. I really don't know what I want at this time of my life. I'm looking for somebody to give me that guidance, that male figure to give me that guidance. So I went to the streets. So therefore, it happened in stages. It was first hanging out. Then I'm going to the park. Then I'm going to the girl's house. So I just want to go ditch. And then, you know what I'm saying, then here come the initiation. But then after the initiation, everything else just flowed. Everything else became second nature. What I mean by that is like, okay, I lost the sense of self. What I mean by that is like, once you start understanding the knowledge of self, then you understand that when God raises, he raises to be a human being, not to be like animals. But man, we have degenerated to become like animals. We start becoming like animals in human form. So once I joined the gang life, all the morals and the values and the principles that my grandmother, my mother, my stepfather, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, they installed in me, eventually left. Walls started being built up. This new character that I was building became alive. And then the real me, which was Gregory, became how can I say it? He became a shadow. He became so much of a shadow that I didn't even realize who he was anymore. That when somebody called me Gregory, I got mad. I only wanted to be known as my gang name. I only knew who this person was. I forgot who Gregory was. So I had to learn how to get back to me, because once I lost so much of me in this gang life. Once I jumped off the porch, a little piece of Gregory started going away, and then a little more of Tiny BOUNTRY started adding to my life. So where I no longer seen Gregory no more. It's like a gang system. You know how when you're in a gang, just say you are we'll say the god of the game, and you're creating this character. And the more you utilize this character, the more stronger you advance in your game, and the more stronger you will be. And the more I was advancing, I was picking up tools a part of his life to make me stronger in his lifestyle, which I became one of the best players.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But it was destructive. That lifestyle meant nothing. It had no value. It had no substance. I was losing myself. I was becoming hollow. To where it took me decades to get to where I am now. And I still need to be better than I am now. I'm better than I was yesterday. And tomorrow I will be better than I am today.
What are the differences between Gregory and BOUNTRY?
Gregory understands the meaning of love. BOUNTRY didn't. BOUNTRY love was conditional. Only what people can do for him, or how far I can advance in whatever I'm trying to advance in. But Gregory understands the meaning of love. Gregory doesn't do things for a condition. If I'm doing something for my people or for the people, I don't care if I don't get a response out of it. I don't care if I don't get acknowledged for it. I don't care if they don't even appreciate me for it, because I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for the Creator first, and I'm doing it for my love for them. So Gregory understands the meaning of love. When you truly love yourself, you'll start having knowledge of self. That will produce love for yourself. And if you love yourself, it will cause you to do things for yourself. So, and people understand the true meaning of love. And a lot of us don't understand the true meaning of love. Because the two top commandments: first, love God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. And second, love your neighbor as you would do it to your neighbor as you would do it to yourself. So guess what? If we practice love, right, out of everything, we drop everything else. Let's get away with all the hard stuff, because we make it so hard, right? You know what I'm saying? If we just get away with everything and just practice love, right? I don't want nobody hitting me. I know, Dusty, you don't want nobody hitting you. You don't want nobody stealing from you. I don't want nobody stealing from me. So if I have love for myself, and if I do not want to do anything to nobody that I want done to myself, so guess what? I won't hurt nobody. I won't steal from nobody. And if we all just practice the definition of real love, then we wouldn't be caught up in these conditions that we're in right now.
Do you think the average gang member, person who grew up in the street, seeing what you've seen, do what you do you think that they suffer from some sort of PTSD?
Absolutely. I mean, and many more. I'm glad you spoke on that. I don't know what's going on with this. I want to see a cycle in time just to evaluate myself, you know what I'm saying, get to understand myself a little bit more because I'm still in a.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And one person said something crazy, that they said they feel like the kids that grew up in an environment where we grew up that's regular. How could that be regular, seeing somebody die at 7, 8 years old and you think that's cool? How could an 8, 9-year-old think that's cool to hear gunshots? How could an 8 or 9-year-old smile when they hear gunshots or hear somebody got shot? So yes, of course, yes, we suffer from PTSD and many more.
Tell us about your thoughts when you found out that you would be serving life in prison. What were you going through mentally? Did it hit you right away? Talk to us about your life around that time.
Okay, at that time of my life, when they first initially said guilty, I would say I was numb. I was still in a negative mindset that this is what it is. I was still caught up in that tiny bunch. I couldn't even see Gregory to even feel like what he felt like because I didn't see it. It got to a point to where I didn't even know myself, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror. So I was numb. In my head, I thought, well, shit, this is the life. This is the life they gave me. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. I was just in that mindset. I was in the mindset that this is my life, but I had to get out that mindset. I couldn't let them beat me because they already beat me once and got me in here. So I had to get up out that mindset and know that I can still be of assistance for my community. I'm not who I was yesterday. I am Gregory. I'm not Tiny Bunch, who they think I am.
When did you realize this ain't it? When did you go from Tiny Buntry back to Gregory?
Ooh, I love that question. Ooh, I've been in jail for 21 years. I got locked up 2004 August. And this year, August, would be 21 years. Absolutely. So, and I didn't start realizing certain things until I would say 2000, I would say 18. But like I said, my growth is still growing, and I'm still in the process of changing. And I am better than I was yesterday. I didn't realize that until 2018. Why? Because I involved myself in these self-help programs. It didn't happen overnight. Like God works, He works in stages. So He's building me in stages. You know, it started with me going to these self-help programs, learning different things to understand myself. Now, I'm not sitting here on this podcast saying these things that you can just jump right through a hoop and then it's going to be, and everything's going to be peachy keen. It took me a process of tearing down the walls, of trying to click on a light and try to find where Gregory's at. Then I had to get reacquainted with him because so many decades of me not seeing him anymore, of knowing who he is, I forgot who I was. I forgot my thoughts, my dreams, my aspirations, because Tiny Bunchy took over, and all I knew was this: okay, I'm gonna earn this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna obtain this. But guess what? In classes, I started going to the self-help programs, the e-learning, to learn how the sperm, how hard it's a struggle for the sperms to get to the ovum. You know, if a person understands how life and the stages of life to become a fetus, you'll start appreciating life more. So once I started going to these classes of cage of rage, which helped me with my anger, which it's still everyday process, but I am way better than I was yesterday. I had to go through these cage of rage programs, these life without a crush programs, these prep organization programs, and then eventually, as I'm still going to these different groups, and then I'm learning. I'm like, damn, I see such and such from this gang that I used to be with. I see such and such from that gang I used to be with, and I'm like, these dudes is real, just like me. If they can come up in here and speak freely, without really worried about the ego, because that's all we worried about. A lot of us won't help. A lot of us want to change our life, but a lot of us can't get past the ego because we worried about what another person think about us. So that's why I always go back to know thyself, learn self. Because once you understand self, you ain't gonna be worried about what such think about you. You ain't gonna be worried about what she think about you or what he think about you, because you gotta do for self because you love yourself. So after all these classes and these things, I couldn't help. Dusty, I lied to you not, Dusty. And the Bible said Jesus said he made the blind man see and the deaf man hear. Now I can see visually, but I understand what that means. Yeah, we can see, but we really didn't see. But now, once you see, you cannot not see no more. So now that I see the destruction, the pain, the agony that I caused in the community, I could never go back to that again. I could never go back to a destructive lifestyle again. This is why I tell each and every brother and sister out there to first get acquainted with yourself. Know yourself. Understand the meaning of love. And just those two right there is going to get you to where you need to be. Stay focused to remain focused. And never deviate. And know that I'm not perfect. We're not perfect. We're perfect imperfection. And know that you might fall tomorrow, but you get back up and you push further again.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You might fall again, but you get back up and you fall. Don't worry about what everybody else talking about. Worry about yourself. Get acquainted with yourself. Re-educate yourself. So I say educate yourself. 2018, that was my beginning of learning myself. And I'll tell you this, once you start being on the path of learning yourself, the God is going to put everybody to align to your purpose, your aim and your purpose. Because I met certain people that came into my life. I met people like Latanya Wood. She came out to life and she taught me how to love myself. I have my mother, my grandma, the one that I'm with now. And I couldn't love her properly if I didn't know how to love myself. So I tell each and every brother, if you want to get acquainted with yourself, you want to know who you really are, re-educate yourself. Get knowledge of self and learning the meaning of love. To the young brothers and sisters, I want to tell you this. Please, 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 please don't follow the footsteps that I'm in. And I'm speaking to those who are like how I used to think and worse. Because my whole aim and purpose is to get to you. Those who are how I thought and worse. Bro, we up in here together. No matter your enemies is up in here together, we chilling, we eating together, brother. Nobody's mad at nobody. Do not believe what they're saying on the internet. Do not believe what your homies is calling home and saying, because that's a lie. I'm telling you this from a personal experience. I've been here 21 years on this line. And I'm cool with rolling 60s. I'm cool with East Coasters. I'm cool with everybody who I thought was my enemy. Even the people that I heard names and those who have once heard my name. But I'll tell you, this is not no life for us, brothers and sisters. Do not come to this death hole. Leave that death culture alone. Be there for your families who really care about you. For your children. For your mothers, your fathers, your sisters, and your uncles. How can we say we love our mothers and our sisters and our uncles and our brothers and our children when we doing things to make other people take care of them? How could you protect your family and you up in here? So I say, do not follow my footsteps. For those that know me or know of me, do not follow my footsteps, brothers and sisters. You know, one of the biggest things I regret in life is being a bad influence. Because now that I understand that cause and effect, that's what hurts me the most. Why? 5 years ago, a young brother came to me, Dusty, and was like, man, BOUNTRY, man, when I used to see you walk down the street, and he told me my whole wardrobe, and I remember that. He told me what I did from left to right. And as this young brother is telling me this, it's really hurting my heart. Because in my mind, in his mind, he's thinking that he's telling me something to get some points for. That he mimicked me. This is everything that I did that he saw me do, he did. I don't even know this dude. I just met him in prison. Actually, when I was on the street, he was 9 years old. I left the streets at 19. I didn't even know a 9-year-old was watching me. This 9-year-old, right, is now 31, 32, or 29, 30, or something around there. And look at the cause and effect that I have on this person's life. You're watching me, so you're imitating me. So not only did I cause stress in your life, I caused stress in his mother's life, and his sister's life, and his auntie's life, and his grandma's life, and whoever he may have done something to. This got him wanting to be like me, and I didn't even know him. So I tell people, I say, the influencers, watch what you're doing, because you're always being watched. And just because you may not have done it, or not have told somebody to do it, by somebody looking at you, trying to be just like you, imitating everything just like you. So you got to watch the influence that you are. So the biggest thing I regret in life was being a negative influence, because I don't know how many people I influenced to be negative. You know what I mean? And I caused pain and agony on his mother. You know what I'm saying? And his sister. Now the mother doesn't have a husband, or the child doesn't have a father to talk to, because he's in jail, mimicking what I've done. And I don't even know this guy. So my job now is not in no halls, no centers. My job is in the community. My job is to go to the streets and to spend the rest of my days as I'm living on this planet Earth to be able to build the community that I helped destroy. So now my obligation is to travel all across the world and beyond to be able to help all oppressed people who are just like me. All those who felt one way. So, I thank you, Dusty, because as I've been working on myself, as I've been grooming myself, because I wanted, for years, I said, how can I help the community out right now, even though I'm incarcerated? I said, what can I do in prison that can help somebody else out there that needs help? I didn't know, Dusty. I didn't know. So what I started doing, I started working on myself. Why? Because once I am physically free to travel across the planet Earth to be able to help all oppressed people across this planet, I can have the tools to be effective when I get out. So even though I might not be able to travel across the world as of right now, I'm building myself with education. I'm continuously in self-help programs. I'm in college now. I'm circling myself with people with like minds, so therefore I can stay in that magnetic field of positive energy. Why? Because once you're in that field of positive energy, you know what I'm saying, you will stay in that wave and you keep your full armor of God on. So nothing else can penetrate it. So
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I urge you, I impel you to do for self. That negative lifestyle, that destructive, that death culture that we was once involved in, that death culture that we was once involved in, is not a culture at all. I don't want to sound like the typical is going to leave you a death in jail, because it will. Because look at me, 62 LY, but they don't have life to give me. You know. But I say this to you brothers and sisters out there. If you don't know what your aim and your purpose is, if you don't know what you're supposed to do, study yourself. If you read every book, go back and study yourself. So that's what I'll say, man. Thank you, Justin.
Appreciate you sharing that, man. That was real deep. You said something very powerful in there that I would love to touch on. Explain how you had to adjust to going from riding on your enemy in the street, busting on the op, you know, and you see your op in the street, it's on and cracking, and now you're almost forced to live side by side peacefully, and I put peacefully in quotes, but you're forced to live side by side with them after them being longtime sworn enemies in the street. Can you break that down, especially to these kids out there?
Woo, man. At first, everybody on the street like, man, how can I stay in the jail? And I was like, man, how can I be next to a roll of 60? Now I'm next to a roll of 60 side by side, you know what I'm saying, doing what we need to do for our community. But it didn't take overnight. It took years of self-understanding, of realizing, like, hold on. This is not, they say this is my enemy, but we're in jail. We're eating together. We're cool. You know what I'm saying? Actually, stop faking. I'm telling people, stop lying to the people out there in the streets. The rappers, stop playing and stop lying, because you're destroying our community. You're destroying the brains and the minds of our youth. It took me a minute to adjust to the certain, but it was easy for me once I started learning self. Because once you start learning yourself, it gives you a confidence that you're not worried about what such and such talking about. I'm not worried what my homeboy over here talking about, because if he ain't talking about what I'm talking about, then he can get up out of here. See, once you understand yourself, you know what I'm saying, then it builds you up. You get a confidence where it looks like a little bit of arrogance. But it's not arrogance, you know what I'm saying? It's a confidence that you never had, you know what I'm saying, because you have self-love. And then you'll start realizing that those who say things bad about you when you know you're doing something positive or at least striving, they don't even know themselves. They're not even strong in themselves. I'm so strong, I don't care what they talk about. Because they're not going to say it in your face. You don't have a strength so built up and strong, you don't even know where, I don't know where the strength. My strength came from my creator. I made him my center. And once I made my creator my center, everything else was easy. You know what I mean? I wasn't worried about what such and such talking about. I wasn't worried about what I look like when I'm talking to a Rolling 60 or East Coast or whatever, because nobody's going to say nothing to me on my face anyway. Start loving self and do for self. And I'm always big on knowledge of self, because I feel that once you understand yourself, you'll get acquainted with God a little bit more.
Any last words? And do you want to give any shout outs? But any last words, man, especially, you know, drop a little bit of game if you can for these last 2 minutes, and give any shout outs to anybody out there that you would like to.
Yes, I want to give a shout out to the person, the creator, for wanting to give me the opportunity and utilize me as a vessel. So therefore I can reach somebody out there that maybe I don't know or maybe know me. Thank you for answering the prayer that night that I ask you every night, that I could be of assistance to those that I may or may not know. I also want to give a shout out to my family, those who stuck by me through them dark days. I also want to give a shout out to the woman that I'm with right now for keeping me strong. And I want to also give a shout out to Latanya Ward also for showing me and giving me an understanding and giving me the understanding of the real meaning of how to love myself. Because if she didn't teach me how to love myself, I wouldn't be able to be properly of use for my community and for the woman that I'm with now. So, and then if the words that I would like to say, I would say to people, I'll say, find someone in your community that you can help. Or find someone you can do to add to someone's life. But make sure that whatever you have to offer won't hurt your pockets. If that someone does not appreciate that, then I want you to continue to do that. So whatever you can do to help your community or someone, but make sure it does not hurt your pockets, to where if they don't appreciate it, you won't get mad at it. And I want you to practice that over and over and over and over again, and then over and over again. So with that said, I appreciate you, Dusty, for giving me this platform to be able to be of assistance to the building of the community. And you are a blessing. And I ask the Creator right now to send you a blessing right now for opening up these doors.
Thank you for tuning in to Dusty Vision TV. Please hit that like button if you have not already. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, you just might appreciate this bonus clip I'm about to play for you right now. Ooh, that's deep. Okay, let's go into that a little bit before we move on. The media aspect of how powerful the media is. Colors, spread across the not just the country, the world. I mean, they have gangbanging in Belize and the Philippines, and a lot of it was from the movie Colors. Things like Banging on Wax, the Crip and Blood album. That also, my friend from North Carolina told me when that came out, everybody suddenly was, Crip and Pyru. Man, that's so interesting that you said that about the movie Colors. Take yourself back to that. And why do you think, what's the word I'm looking for? Why do you think you were so vulnerable to where that movie caught your attention and made you want to be that? And then talk about how powerful media is to these kids, even today.
Colors made me feel like what was happening outside was important. It was important enough to make a movie about. A really good movie, in my opinion, at the time. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this is something to this that people in Hollywood, white people, would actually pay money for somebody to write this story and present this to the world. It's got to be something to it, you know. And that just fascinated me, you know. And when I think about the music that was out there, it was all about what was going on, what the real. It was reality. It wasn't what I hear today, you know, kids talking about, you know, whatever they're talking about, you know. That music back then, banging on wax, that was real gang members talking about gang activity. Like, these were dudes that I knew, I used to see when I used to go around to those neighborhoods, and they out there like that, banged out, red bandanas, red chucks, you know, khakis, out there posting. You know what I mean? They really rapping about their life. You know what I mean? And so it was like, man, this stuff is real. It's so real that it's marketable, and people are buying it. That's something that I can be a part of. Fatal mistake on my part. Young and naive.
Damn. That's yeah, that's amazing that movies like Colors and Banging on Wax, you know, contributed to your lifestyle back then in such a big way. What how old were you when you got jumped in?
13. I was 13 years old. This was a few days after my birthday. Yeah, it was right on the heels of the LA uprising in '92, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was in the hood.
Hey, I don't know what you did, but your voice got a little muffly for a minute, for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, you good now? You good?
It was the month. It was the month of May. Right on the heels of the LA uprising in '92, the LA riots. In the hood with my homeboys, and it was time. It was time.
13. Beforehand, what was a young Ali doing? You know, 11, 10, 11, 12. Were you hanging around the gang? Were you contributing to activities and things like that?
I mean, we were junior gang members before we were ever in the gang. I mean, all of us are together. We go everywhere together. When people ask us where we from, we say we from the Pueblos, from the projects. We go to Huntington Park, to the California 3, running across kids from other neighborhoods. We go to Roosevelt Park. We go to Ross Snyder's Park. We go downtown. Everywhere we go together. You know what I mean? And most of the time, we're doing criminal activity as kids, stealing mostly, vandalism, that sort of thing. That's all gang activity, even though we're not going around saying we're bloods. You know what I mean? This is 11, 12 years old, you know? And when we're in the neighborhood, we're around the actual gang members. These are my friends, older brothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, mamas, and everybody else. Yeah, gangs in the projects are something different, man. It's more of a, most people are related over there through blood or through marriage, so it's like a family type ordeal. And it's just clans, different clans. This group of people are related, that group of people are related, that group of people are related. You know what I mean? And all of them are in the same gang. So it's like, we don't even look at them like, it's not like an outside feeling. It's an inside feeling. Like, you know, I know him, I know her, I know that's his mama, that's her auntie. That's, you know, it's like, wow. You don't really think of it like I'm joining, I'm going somewhere and joining an entity that I know little about. It's like, shit, I'm joining my friends and family and everybody else. The hood. This is where I'm from. This is where I'm at.
Okay. Take me back to the day you got jumped in. What were you going through mentally? What was going on in your head? Were you ready? Was you like, it's about time, let's do this? Or were you scared? What were you going on? What was going on in your head?
I mean, there was a party that night, and so I went with my homeboy Lil Ben to the party. I threw on my red bomber jacket and a red pea hat. And when we pull up to the party, most of the kids from our group were in the parking lot hanging out with a group of kids that were a little bit older than us, late teens, early 20s. And one kid in particular started sweating me, my homeboy Lil Nut. And he didn't recognize me. He was churned out, you know, smoking PCP and drinking and having a good time. And he started messing with me. He wanted to take my hat from me. He tried to slip one. He was like, "Let me just wear it." And I'm saying, "No, I'm not gonna let you wear it because he gonna keep it." You know, he's a bigger kid, a tough kid. He's already fighting with grown men. At the time, he couldn't have been no more than 16. You know, so I'm saying, "Nah," and I threw my hands up on him, and he started laughing like, "Man, I'll beat your little ass." And everybody like, you know, "Oh, he's doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? He ain't supposed to let you take his hat." So he started questioning me about where I'm from, do I want to be from the gang, and all of these type of things. And I basically told him, "Nah, man, I'm from right here. I'm from this project, but I don't want to be no blood. I don't want to be no gang member." You know what I mean? Not in those words, but that's what I'm getting to. And so he kind of like brushed me off. And my little crew, my little friends, they're saying like, you know, "Don't even worry about that. You already from the hood. You ain't got to do nothing. You from this already." And so once that thought crossed my mind, I was like, "Yeah, you're right." So what was the point of what he was trying to do, like ribbing me and all that? They said he just wanted to see if you would get down, if you would fight. They want to see you fight. And then once I got that in my mind that it wasn't about being treated like an outsider, they just wanted to see if I had heart. That's when I agreed to fight. They said, "Okay, well, we're going to let you pick your fate." So me and one of my little friends, P Jungle, we went out there, we got in the street. They cleared the whole party out. Everybody came out to 54, made a boxing ring of the street. You know, we went out there and we locked up. We fought for 52 seconds, the longest 52 seconds of my life. When it was over, Lil Nut and the rest of them, they embraced me. They poured beer down my mouth, tried to get the swelling down from my face. And my older homeboy, Fat Man, he told me, he said, "You got to be your own man over here, man. Get you a name, but be your own man." I never forgot that. And that was the beginning of the end for me.
My step family is Hispanic, so you know I grew up idolizing and watching a lot of Mexican fighters. So to this day, like Julio Cesar Chavez is one of my, you know, right after Mike Tyson, I would put him there just because of the memories and things I have of watching him fight. Fighter. Yeah, man. Talk to me about, you know, some of the Mexican fighters, you know, just from a historical standpoint, and how, you know, the Mexican style is, you know, that everyone has their different style. You know, there's such thing as a Mexican style of boxing. But talk to me about some of the best Mexican fighters.
Oh man, there are so many, man. You got Julio Cesar Chavez. He's actually one of the first that I got to watch, and he had a chin of granite. Like this guy, you could hit him with a bat. He'll just look at you like, "Oh, that's it." Like Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar De La Hoya. I actually got to see. I don't know. Do you remember Fernando Vargas?
Of course, dog. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I saw him fight on a Lennox Lewis undercard. I went to the fight in Lake Tahoe. He was just starting, and he was on the undercard, and he was ferocious. I think he has some children fighting now. Roberto Duran was a monster, dude. That dude, oh my goodness. Where was Yeah, he was
Puerto Rico. Well, I think we were both. Well, I mean, we could just say Hispanic fighters. We don't even have to limit it to Mexican fighters because we got Puerto Ricans. We got Let's talk the whole, you know, Central South America when it comes to that because we be leaving out a lot of fighters, dog.
Yeah, you got Roberto Duran, who Mike Tyson was one of his role models. Little hands of stone. He would intimidate people before they even got in the ring, and there was a guy named Salvador Sanchez who unfortunately was in a car accident that took him out way too early, and everyone said he was on course to be maybe the best fighter ever. And it's just such a long tradition of great Fernando Felix Trinidad, who was a Puerto Rican, another great fighter.
He had that epic. Was it him and Mayorga? Was it him? He had a trilogy with a 3-fight series.
Yeah, I forgot about Mayorga. Yeah, that guy
too, bro.
Yeah, I forgot all about him. Yeah, that dude was tough. Wouldn't he like smoke a cigarette after the fight?
A cigarette. He come with like hair all like a rooster and like weird ass hats and shit. He got it. He was a showman, but he would perform in the ring too until someone took him out. I was like, ooh, there goes all that shit talking.
I was trying to think, was it Shane Mosley? I think somebody did beat him. I was trying to remember who.
It was Shane.
Yeah, that guy was.
Yeah, he was amazing too. Yeah, man. So many good fighters, bro. What do you think about Canelo Alvarez? Where does he rank, in your
how could I forget Canelo Alvarez, man? And speaking of chins, man, that's another guy I've never even seen him wobble. Even when he lost his like 2 fights ago, he lost to a guy named Bivol, who was heavier than him. You still don't see him get, rocked. He just lost on points. And I never thought, a lot of people think Floyd totally dominated him, but I didn't ever see it that way. I always thought that it was a closer fight than people gave him credit for. Canelo, he's definitely a future Hall of Famer, man. And he's just a tough, disciplined guy. I always say the best fighters are the disciplined fighters outside of the ring. That's why I told people Crawford would beat Spence, because he lives like a fighter. He's not partying. He's not drinking. He lives like a fighter, so that's going to dictate what he does in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Something that has always fascinated me, just from a historical standpoint. I've always been a history nerd, always got A+ in history class and all that. And when the internet came out, one of the first things that I would research and look up would be old boxing matches. And when I mean old, I mean like 1890s and 1910 and 1920, and when boxers were, black boxers were causing riots because, they beat up a white dude and people were taking falls and things like that. But can you talk to us about what you know about that time period? And it doesn't even have to necessarily be about black boxers, but I would love to know any stories that you know about boxers causing riots or how they were living their life back then.
Yeah, I mean, we all know Jack Johnson. I mean, this dude, they would fight like 45 rounds back then.
Yes,
and
bro.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, how long were the rounds? Like, they couldn't have been 3 minutes. But there's footage of him hitting a guy so hard that he raked the guy's teeth out of his glove. That's how hard he hit this guy. And, yeah, he was just a ruthless guy. Back then he would date white women, which was unheard of. And he won. Have you heard the story where he got pulled over by a police officer for speeding? Have you heard that?
Oh, tell it. Even if I have, tell it.
Yeah, he was speeding through, I forget what city, and the cop was I guess he wanted to give him a ticket for $50. So Jack Johnson gave him 100, and the guy's like, "I can't give you change." He said, "No, keep the other 50. I'll be coming back this way doing the same speed."
Love that shit. And $100 in 1920 or whatever. That's like probably a few thousand now, like legit.
Oh yeah. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, 100 back then. Oof. Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, we're talking 1910, dog. So this is over 110 years ago. Is when his victory over Jim Jeffries, which was known as the fight of the century, led to a race riot across America, dog. America. Says he was arrested in 1912 for transporting a white woman across state lines and wasn't officially pardoned until over a century later in 2018. Johnson transcended boxing to become a cultural icon, which is Impact. So yeah, definitely Jack Johnson, dude. Yeah, he was. He had that jungle fever back when you couldn't have that jungle fever without getting. This is what 40. This is slavery quote ended in 1860. This is 40. This is like 45 years after slavery, and he's walking around with a white chick on his arm. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's like like the Public Enemy scope. Like he had that scope on him. I guess he's just like, hey, I don't care. I was like, wow, that's some heart right there. When we talk about courage, that's courage right there, man.
Yeah,
that is.
But what was?
There's a movie.
Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say there's a movie about him a long time ago where James Earl Jones plays Jack Johnson, but I've only seen bits and pieces.
Same here. I looked at it on YouTube. I haven't actually sat down and watched the movie, but I know exactly what movie you're talking about. And one day I'll have to give it a watch for sure. All right, on our way to Universal City Walk in the city of Hollywood for a little pre-Christmas adventure. Join us. Why don't ya? Haven't been here in probably Man, at least 10 years. Used to be a place I would come to back in the day when I was younger. Let's go see how it has changed. We are here. Welcome to the world famous Universal City Walk. First thing I gotta do is I gotta go pee, so we're gonna head over to the restroom. But in the meantime, we'll check it out. It's gonna get real Christmassy in a little while when the sun goes down. All the lights come out. Yeah, it's been quite a long time since I've been here. Used to be one of my favorite places to come on a weekend. When I was a kid, come with the homies, hit on the girls. Good time. Pretty much still looks the same. A lot of these places I don't recognize though. Voodoo Donut. That shit sounds fire. We might have to come back and get a donut. Alright. I think the restrooms, if I remember, are that way. Let's see how good my memory is. Nice and festive here. Even though it's about 70 degrees, so it feels like a nice spring day as opposed to winter time, but I'm all for it. I think the restrooms are that way, if I'm not mistaken. Hollywood, baby. Classics. Favorite scary movie probably would be Nightmare on Elm Street. I was never really scared of it though. Like, Freddy made me laugh. He didn't even scare me. I'm gonna have to come back in this shop and check this place out. It looks pretty damn cool. Hollywood. Karate Kid. Sicario. You wanna play her? Kill Bill, love that movie, classic. One way better than two in my opinion, but I definitely love Kill Bill. Legend right there, man. Legend, never stops working. Rocket Man. Elton John. He could be. He can laugh and play just the same as you and me. All right. Let's. Ooh, Mexican always sounds good. You know what I'm saying? I can always eat some Mexican. That Chocolate Emporium, I remember that. All right, so we're gonna go find some food. There's Dong Po Restaurant. You heard him holler, stop. Chinese right there. We'll check that out maybe. I don't know who. Wasabi, sushi, tempura. Easter's on its way. Wait, is this an Easter song or a Christmas song? Oh wait, never mind. It's sugar. Ooh, yeah. Bubba Gump. Oh, nice. Quinceañera. What do you think, quince? Little Bubba Gump. What's that?
Another one, those 3 quinceañeras.
Oh, nice. Must be quinceañera month. Little taste of Hollywood if you've never been to Hollywood. Nothing big, just a little taste of Hollywood. This is a cleaner part of Hollywood than what you would see if you walk the streets of Hollywood, because streets of Hollywood are filthy as hell. So I'm gonna be clear, this is Universal City Walk in Hollywood. Very clean, very nice. That's where we ate at last time, I do believe.
I don't know, that place looks new.
Antojitos, we might have to come back to that. But yeah, streets of Hollywood unfortunately are a shithole. Sorry Hollywood, it's just the truth. The city has let that, city officials have let that place go.
Mini donuts. We're gonna have to get a donut before we leave.
Fuck, dude, I know these donuts sound really good, huh? All right, so far, maybe that Mexican spot, but we'll walk around and see what sounds really, really good. Chocolate. UCLA. The Los Angeles sock market. Overpriced socks that you could probably get on Amazon for a third of the price. Super Nintendo World. When I was a kid, Mario Brothers was everything. That was the shit. Nintendo. And there was only one person on the block who had a Nintendo, and like everybody would show up to his house and we would just chill there and play Mario Brothers all day. We'd spend 7 days straight trying to pass one level. I remember that, because there were no save buttons. You couldn't come back and save where you were. There was no saving. Your game ended, you had to just come back, start from 1 and go all the way and spend another 8 hours. I'm an OG gamer, kids. Ooh, Prep Cafe. Sorry. Shout out to the Dodgers. Go Dodgers. You already know what it is. Los Angeles. Ooh, there's a chicken spot right there. I don't know. That might be another contender.
We've eaten that there before.
Really? No, I don't know. That looks new, fool. And it looks crazy good. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Karma and Luck. That Popcornery has always been, or Popcornucopia. What is it? How do you say it? Popcornopolis. Popcornopolis. This is the quinceañeras. But yeah, this is, fool. I'm telling you. Universal Studio Store. Billabong still there. That Billabong has been there forever, at least 25, 30 years. So I was coming here when I was like 15, 16. This is one of the first places we came when we got our license. Ah, look at that beautiful day, huh? Look at that beautiful Hollywood sky. It doesn't get much better than that. Half of the country is freezing their balls off. Half of the country is probably under snow right now, but here we are. It's nice blue sky, palm trees. This right here is why we pay crazy mortgage to live here. This right here is why we pay $12 for a hamburger. This right here is why we pay $17,000 a gallon for gas. This right here. And I ain't going anywhere. Hear people talk trash about California. It's November, almost December, and look at that sun right there. That's why you guys hate us. That's why you guys hate us. California is beautiful. People talking about, oh, I gotta leave California. It's a trash hole. Every major city has their problems. When you can look at that every single day, look at that, guys. Come on, it doesn't get much better than that. Let's go grab something to eat. I'm pretty damn hungry. All right, so now we're on a mission heading back to find something to eat. The sun is starting to set, so all the colors are starting to pop. This is one of my favorite times of the day, man, when the sun is starting to set. Everybody looks beautiful. Of course, baby. Yeah, hell yeah. Of course, baby. You can have whatever you like. I mean, I see it and I would just get like a classic chicken sandwich. I'm good. Let's go to that Mexican spot. We're gonna go to the Mexican spot. It was good back in the day. So let's see if it's still good. Probably make a good drink. Feeling an Irish coffee right now. Oh no. Hey, Arnold. Hello, Arnold. Did you see him?
I did.
He's hungry. That was me. Want to go check out this Italian restaurant?
Just had Italian then. But yeah, let's look at the menu.
Just look at it at least. All right, let's see what this Italian spot is talking about.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know, but let's go
It's probably barbecue, right?
Probably, yeah. We'll go to that Mexican spot, get some food there. And then they said they had a spot here where they have like Christmas themed drinks and shit. But I didn't see that, but sure we'll run into it. So, back that way. All right, we're gonna go to Antojitos.
We're gonna have to get a donut, sorry.
Okay. Wifey says we're gonna have to get a donut, so we're getting a donut tonight.
Mini donut.
Look how beautiful it looks though, guys. Is it just me or is it just popping? The colors are popping. All right, let's go get some food. That elote. Look at that elote. Wow. This place only has 3 stars and I can see why. There's nobody here. So we won't be eating here. So we had a little snack at the Mexican restaurant, but it was all Americanized Mexican food. Had a little elote. And look, if I'm gonna have Mexican food, it's gonna be real Mexican food. It ain't gonna be no Americanized BS. So that's what that was. No disrespect to Antojitos. They're catering to the crowd. They got a lot of people. Oh yeah, for sure. They got a lot of people from the Midwest and they gotta cater to the crowd, but I can't do Americanized Mexican food. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. If they call their carne asada steak, I'm not eating at that restaurant. If they don't have radishes or cucumbers, I'm not eating at that restaurant. And only a person who eats at real authentic Mexican restaurants would know what I'm talking about when I say radishes and cucumbers. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you've never been to a true authentic Mexican restaurant. You've been to some bullshit like Antojitos back there. No disrespect to Antojitos, but Antojitos. That was some bullshit. Does that stand for that was some bullshit? What does that mean in Spanish? Antojitos is some bullshit Americanized food? Nah, that ain't. Nope. The drink was cool. The drink was cool. I don't know. Let's go see what Margaritaville's talking about. Margaritaville. Let's check out the menu right here. All right, nothing looked tasty in Margaritaville, so we're gonna go to Bubba Gump's because you know what? Bubba Gump's has never let me down, and I love shrimp. I love baked shrimp. I love fried shrimp. I love corned shrimp. I love shrimp kebabs. I love shrimp cocktail. I love fried shrimp. I love shrimp soup. I love shrimp in my cereal. I love shrimp off the ground. I love shrimp that I just found.
Outside Panda Express.
The outside Panda Express. I ain't trying to. KFC? Those still exist? When I was a kid, KFC, when it was Kentucky Fried Chicken, it was actually good. These KFC, whatever that bullshit is, not good. Not good. Back when it was Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it was probably more real chicken. Ah, look at that, baby. The sun has set. The Christmas lights are about to start coming out. And I'm ready to grub so we can start drinking, babe. I feel like we're behind. I feel like we need to start boozing. Where's the booze? All right, yeah, let's go to Bubba Gump. No. But yes, I love shrimp. I love shrimp hamburgers. I love shrimp pizza. I love shrimp French fries. I love shrimp teriyaki. I love shrimp tempura.
Yeah.
I love shrimp. Sugar. I love shrimp Starbucks. I love Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. All right, let's go eat. Enough of me talking trash. I start talking weird when I get hungry. So let's go eat, baby. Let's go check out a little Hollywood history. Jingle bell time and jingle bell time. Nice. What a bright time, it's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Batman's always been my favorite. It's classic Batman memorabilia. The bat phone. I wonder if it's the original. Gotham's Crusader.
Genesis, look at Batman.
Black Panther. That's what it's called. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, nice. This is the Kill Bill leather motorcycle jacket. One of my favorite movies, literally, of all time. I've seen it 120 times. Pretty dope. So, Sons of Anarchy classic show right there. Robert De Niro autographed boxing gloves from Raging Bull. Classic movie. If you've never seen Raging Bull, I would highly suggest watching it. It's a great boxing movie. Sylvester Stallone autographed boxing gloves from the Rocky movies, obviously. And then you got Mark Wahlberg from The Fighter. These are all really good movies right here. Some dope art right here. Yo, check out this price for a Captain America First Adventure Screen Used Hero Shield.
But he used it.
Look at that price. Almost $125,000.
It was used in the actual movie.
Who would spend $125,000 on this? Rich people, very rich people. Probably some rapper somewhere, huh? All right, now it's starting to look pretty. Nighttime has fallen.
Ooh, yeah.
It was a little wait for our food, so we went and walked around, killed some time. Now we're going back to Bubba Gump's to officially eat. Cause I love shrimp. I love shrimp in my soup. Okay, I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. But yo, look how beautiful it looks, right? 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. We're gonna hit my vape real quick once we pass the security guard. What up, Lau? All right then, all right, thanks, homie. All right, for sure. Get that vape. Little Pineapple Express, plug and play. My favorite weed vape. All right, let's go eat some shrimp. Run, Forrest, run. Bubba was my best good friend. R.I.P. Bubba. Lost a real one. Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. One of my favorite movies. This movie's a classic. Forrest Gump is a classic. It's probably the greatest movie ever made, in my opinion. Just my opinion. All around, such a great movie. If you've never seen Forrest Gump, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's a great classic movie. You would love it. All right, so we ordered food and they brought me cold gumbo twice. You heard that right, cold gumbo. Lukewarm gumbo. Who in their right mind eats lukewarm gumbo? So we sent it back twice, nicely. And then after that, I was like, you know what, I'm over it. So now we're on a mission to find some more food. I think we're gonna try this chicken place over here that we passed earlier, which is where we probably should have gone in the first place. So yeah, Bubba Gump's got a 1 star for me today. Sorry, Bubba, your food sucked. All right, so we're trying chicken. I got a Modelo on the side. Looks pretty good. Let's see how it tastes. So chicken sucked. All right, so it's safe to say that the food here at Universal City Walk is not up to par. And by up to par, I mean it fucking sucks. The Mexican restaurants sucked. Bubba Gump's brought me cold gumbo twice. And this chick place was okay. The only thing that was awesome was the beer. Because you can't mess up beer. But apparently you can mess up chicken and Mexican food and gumbo. Spooky season is here. And I love Halloween. We just pulled up to this bar called the Cauldron. It's a Halloween themed bar. And we're gonna go check it out. Let's go peep the gang. Halloween, baby. Let's go. Thank you. Nice, check this out. There's my favorite place right there, the bar. Cool paintings. Oh yeah, I like this place.
What's my name?
Yeah. Over Christmas, over Thanksgiving, over all those holidays. My favorite holiday is Halloween, baby. My favorite time of year at that is the fall, right after the summer. Weather cools down a little bit. I'm over the water. I'm over the summer. Good job, baby. Baby got us a front row seat. Did you order me a lager? Oh, okay. Cool. Very cool spot. We're gonna drink and check it out.
I've seen that one and one. Oh, I'm sorry, not this one. The basic one and the one with the flowers. But I haven't seen that one.
You're having this conversation.
I thought it was like a ketchup smash. What do you get on my card? There you guys are. Thank you guys so much. I do apologize for making you come over here for it, but thank you. No. Oh, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Doing good, doing good. What are you drinking? Just Bishop Blonde Ale. Okay, all right, here. Yeah, I'm gonna close it. All right. $7.50. Thank you. I appreciate you. Everybody.
I should dim the lights or something.
So now that they dim the lights a little bit, the ambiance in here is so much better.
opportunity to examine other classic horror movies. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. So call now to get Frankenstein at the special introductory price of just $14.99. Have your credit card ready. Here's how to order.
To order your classic horror video cassette, call 1-800-356-1500 or send just $14.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Classic Horror Collection, P.O. Box 1880, Department 6, Alexandria, Virginia.
Oh boy, there should be some wildlife around here.
Surprise!
The McDonald's Happy Meal guys.
Yep, chicken McNuggets.
Regular soft drink.
And regular fries.
And they aren't lying.
What do you put in your McDonald's Halloween pumpkins?
Spookty and McBoo, matey. Carrots and McGoblin. Golden McPumpkin, partner.
Now you can collect one of 3 different pumpkins with the purchase of every McDonald's Halloween Pumpkin Happy Meal. What you put in them is up to you.